place on your mat. Welcome back to yoga. And just arrive here, sitting nice and tall. And then just remember in yoga to always listen to your own body and to yourself so that you don't get injured. Yeah, your body and the signals that your body is sending is more important than my instruction. So anytime if a pose is uncomfortable or it's hurting you or you're feeling a pinching pain, then you slowly come out of the pose. Yeah, and just also remember that everybody has a different body. We're all different, we're all growing at different rates, and so the pose will always look different in everyone's body, and that's okay, it's meant to. And the main thing is that you're listening to your own body and yourself. So, welcome my yogis, and let's start the lesson. So, first of all, we're going to start with the alternate nostril breath. This is a really nice breath to help balance both hemispheres of your brain. You're going to breathe through one nostril, covering one nose, one nostril with your thumb. You're going to breathe through the free nostril. And then you're going to block the nose at the top and then exhale through the other nostril. And then you're going to breathe through that nostril again, so breathing up this side now. And blocking at the top, and then breathing out through this nostril. And continuing the same way, breathing through the nostril, breathing up this side, and then pausing at the top, and then exhaling through the other nostril. And then breathing through this nostril, pausing at the top, and exhaling through this nostril. So it's like you're doing a horseshoe with your breath in and out of your nostril. And just gradually trying to slow down your breath. So this is a really good breath to do if you're feeling a bit nervous or you want to just feel a bit more balance in your body. It's a nice one to do before bed as well, just to slow your body down. Okay, then return back to your normal breath with your hands on your knees, making your body nice and long. And then we bring our hands up and we're reaching up to the sun. And then interlace your fingers and just press away from your body, pressing up and away. And then leaning over to one side, lean over to the top corner, and then making sure that our hip doesn't come up. We're having that hip glued to the bottom of the mat, and we're stretching up and peeling open our chest. And then we're going to come back up again and then go to the opposite side. And again, opening up the chest, reaching up to the top corner, and then coming back. Good. Now bringing the hands interlaced behind your head. I'm just going to open up our chest here, opening up, bringing our elbows nice and wide, and then we're going to exhale and we're going to curl our chin down towards our chest. And just the hands are going to rest on the back of our head, and don't push down on your head, but just use the weight on the back of your head to feel a nice stretch in the back of your neck and the tops of your shoulders. And then coming back up, opening up the shoulders again, and then reaching up and exhaling and releasing the hands. So one more time, we inhale, and then we exhale, we release our hands. And again, inhaling, coming through our center, reaching up to the sun, and exhaling, spreading our hands wide, opening up our hands, And then one last time, reaching up, inhaling, breathing in through your nose, and exhaling, nice big smile on your face, and releasing your hands back down to your shins. Then we're going to make a few little circles with our body now. So leaning forward with our chest and backwards, rotating through the spine, making a few little circles, synchronizing your breath with your movement. And then we're going to rotate the other way, going anti-clockwise now. And then coming back to stillness, making your spine nice and long. Inhaling, reaching up, and exhaling, going to turn to the side, make our body long, and do a tiny little twist. And looking over your back shoulder. And then back hand comes under our front hand, like this. And then we're going to try and bring our backs of our hands together in front of your face. And if your hands are a bit like this, that's okay. All good. Just meet your body where you're at. And if you find it easy to press the backs of your hands together, you might be able to do an extra bind and bring the palms together. So do what is comfortable for you. And then the hands come slightly away from your face. And you should feel a nice stretch in between your shoulder blades. And we call this eagle arms in yoga. And we're just going to inhale, we're going to bring our elbows up. And then we're going to exhale, we're going to bring our elbows down in towards our belly. And again, we'll try again, inhaling. And then exhale. One more time, inhaling. And exhaling, release. And just sit here, notice how your shoulders feel in the upper back. Making our spine nice and long again. Putting a little smile on your face. And then inhaling, coming back up. And then exhaling, opposite hand to opposite knee, and making our body long on the inhale, and on the exhale we twist a tiny bit and look over our back shoulder. And again, making our body long with the inhale, and the exhale we twist a bit more. And now the back hand comes under the front hand. Yeah. So hands are crossing over like this, and maybe our hands are out, or maybe we can bind our hands. And again, backs of the hands can come together, or the palms, or they might be out like this. As long as you're feeling the stretch in between the backs of your shoulder blades, that's okay. Okay, and then inhaling, bringing our elbows up. And exhaling, elbows come down in towards our belly. And we'll try again. Coming up, breathing in. And exhaling, bringing our elbows back down. And we'll try one more time. And exhaling, releasing all your air. And then on the next inhale, we unravel our hands and reach up to the sun. And we release our hands wide and back down towards our knees. Okay, now some shoulder shrugs. So bringing our shoulders up towards our ears. And then we're going to release and go. And one more time. And one last time. Shoulders up to the ears. And then releasing. So let's bring our hands to our shoulders. And then bring our elbows in front of our body and our face. And then back and behind. These shoulder rolls are really nice to do at the moment since we're at our desk and doing lots of typing. So it's really good to take care of our shoulders and our upper back. Rolling, rolling, and then we'll reverse the direction And just noticing how your neck and shoulders feel. Good. Okay, now we're going to come forward into a tabletop position. So bringing your knees under your hips, directly under your hips, and your hands directly under your shoulders. And then we're going to drop our belly and look forward and inhale. And then exhale, you're going to round out the top of your spine. So this is a cat. And we exhale as we go into the cow. And one more time. Really push through the top of the spine, just to give it a nice stretch out. And exhaling again, looking forward. And then we're going to do our opposite hand. One hand is going to come out, reaching forward, and our opposite leg is going to press out to the back of the room. So we're trying to balance on our shin and our hand. So pushing back and stretching forward. Nice big stretch, balance here. And you can stay here and balance, or you can choose to go one step further and slowly bring your elbow to your knee and try and make them touch. And then again, we're going to stretch forward. And then we're going to exhale and touch our knee and our elbow. One last time, coming forward. And then we're going to release our hand and our leg back down. Whew. And then just sway your hips from side to side. Noticing how your spine is feeling from sitting down, doing lots of work and homework. Okay, come back to stillness. And we're going to do the opposite side, bringing out one arm, reaching forward, and then slowly bringing out the opposite leg and pushing backwards. So opposite hand to leg, and you're imagining that you're pushing against the wall, and then you're reaching for the best chocolate in the world in front of you. And try to balance here. Some people want to put their leg way up here, so try and keep it as though it's an extension of your spine. And then you can stay here and just keep balancing. That's okay. If you feel like you need to go back down, that's also okay. Listen to your body. Then elbow comes to knee if you want a bit more heat. And again, inhaling as we reach out and stretch. And exhale as our elbow and knee touch. We'll do one more time, reaching and pushing, and then we release our hand softly back down and our knee back down. And again, we'll just bring our hips from side to side. Then we're going to turn our toes, and we're going to push our hips up into downward facing dog. So sending our hips backwards, and we're trying to make a nice A or pyramid shape here with our body. And to do that, we need to bend our knees quite generously and send our hips backwards. A lot of people want to do this position here, where they're kind of arched in their back. Yeah, so you can see the difference between this arch, and then the difference between bending my knees more and sending my hips back more. So we're aiming for a straight line between your hands and the top of your hips. And just breathe here, shake out your head. And then we're just going to step our feet all the way to our hands. And we're just going to hang here, grabbing our elbows and releasing our head. And then we're going to inhale, bringing our hands up our shins to a flat back. And then exhale, we're going to go back down. And we'll try that one more time, inhaling, coming up to a flat back. And this time we're going to bring our hands back and hold it. So we call these arms like aeroplane arms. So we're bending our knees still, but we're trying to keep our chest and our shoulders back and our arms back in aeroplane arms, and just looking forward at the top of your mat. And then exhale, we're going to release and come back down. And this time we're going to slowly roll our body, each bit of the spine at a time, all the way up to standing. And then our shoulders coming last and standing at the top of our mat. Good. Okay, now standing, we're just going to do some balance poses. This is really good for your concentration and good workout for your legs as well. So we're going to stand on one foot, and first of all we're just going to do a few little toe rotations with the other foot. So you're just going to give your toes a nice little massage since they're in foot cages all day. And then finding our balance and just touching our tippy toe on the mat. Then we're going to bring our leg out and then to the side and then out and around, and just like balancing on our leg, playing around with the balance. Maybe you go to the opposite corner, look over your back shoulder and see if you can hold that and balance that. So just play with the balance, get a bit weird with the movement. Feels kind of like you're walking in space. Then place the foot back down and we're going to prepare for tree. So we have a few options here. One option is to keep your foot above the other foot, so above the arch of the foot. And we're just standing here. This is option one, so trying to balance here. And if you're feeling like you're nice and balanced here, then you can bring your foot below the knee, just below the knee, with our knee out, our knee nice and wide. And then the third option is to have your foot above your knee. You just need to make sure it's never on the knee. It's always above or below. And then remembering to breathe. And you can bring your hands to your hips or to prayer position, or even growing up into a nice big tree. And then just imagining that we're a tree as well. Imagine that the roots of our tree are growing downwards. So we're imagining that we're feeling like we're growing down and out from our foot, and we're also growing up and out. So a tree is also all actually shaped like this, like an hourglass, because the amount of branches that are high are also what's under the earth as well, which is a pretty cool thing. So standing nice and tall like a tree. And then releasing, trying to find your balance and dropping the foot back down. And we're going to go to the other side. So again, nice little massage for your toes. Doing some little circular movements, rolling over the toes. And then we're going to lift up the foot, find a spot in front of you to try and help balance. Bring the leg across and then out and around, and then behind you to the back corner. Maybe look at your toes and bring it up and out. Just play around with the balance here. Have a bit of fun. Go a bit crazy. So, and if you fall over, it's okay. Just remaining playful here. Oh, and then placing your foot back down. Again, imagining the tree branches coming out of our grounded foot. Then option one for tree is to place your foot on top of the arch of the other foot. And you can balance here, nice and tall like a tree. The other option is to keep it below the knee. And the third option is above the knee. So listening to your body and what is comfortable for you today. It's okay, sometimes a different day your balance will be different. That's perfectly okay. And you might find that your balance is better or worse on one leg, and that's also okay. Now, options for your hands. You can have hips, you can have your heart, or you can have some beautiful tree branches. And all the trees are so beautiful at the moment because we're in springtime. So imagine that you've just bloomed and blossomed and all of your beautiful green leaves and flowers are coming out. Put a smile on your face and feel the sun on your face. See how you're going with your balance. And you might even want to try and close your eyes. See how that goes. Oh. Okay, and then slowly releasing your foot. Slowly coming back down. Good. Okay, we're going to turn to our side. And we're going to prepare for warrior. So here we're going to lift up our knee and just balance again, kind of like we're in tree pose. And then we're going to tip our body forward and push our leg to the back of the room, kind of like what we did in the warm-up. We're pushing the leg against the wall. Yeah, and then we're going to bring our hands, we can keep them on our hips, or we can keep them to our heart, or the option is to do aeroplane wings. Meow. And you can even do Superman arms above your head. So get it into fists above your head. I'm falling over a lot today. So putting your foot against the wall and Superman arms above your head. Holding your leg here. Nice and strong. Then we're going to slowly come back down. And releasing your foot. And we're going to try the other way now. So, grounding through your foot, lifting up the knee, then hands to our hips, and we're just going to tip our body forward like a little teapot, tipping the body forward, staying nice and strong in the grounded leg, then pushing the leg out so it's against the wall. Imagine you're pushing against the wall. And if you fall over, it's okay. Just try and come back up. All good. And even though I've been doing yoga for a long time, I still fall over quite a bit in this pose. And I find I'm very different each day, depending on my balance is always varies. So pushing against the wall helps to really engage your core and feel nice and strong in all of your legs and engaged. Then options for your hands is your hips, your heart, Superman arms, or aeroplane arms. So take your pick of what you'd like to do. And if you need to come back down and have a break and then try again, that's okay. Just do what is in your body today. Okay, and then lifting up your knee, and then we come back down. Really good. Okay, we're going to bring our feet now a bit wider than hip width apart. So, and then we're going to drop our bottom down in between our legs, and we call this like froggy position, or we call it malasana in yoga. Yeah, and if you are finding this a bit tricky, you can bring your feet a bit wider, and you can even just keep your hands in front of your body like this. Yeah, so that can help you. You can just play around with the movement here. Or you can sit here. The aim is to eventually sit here with that chest open, and you can have your hands in prayer and use your elbows to push away your knees. So here we are, just sitting here, just accept where your body is. And this position doesn't feel comfortable for a lot of people. So if that's you, it's okay. Because we're not used to sitting like this. We're normally sitting at a desk or a chair. Really good. And then we're going to just drop our hands here. And we're going to try and stand up. Woo. And then we're going to drop our hands in between our body and come back down into a squat. And we'll try that again. Coming wide, pushing up with our legs. And then coming back down. And one more time. Coming wide, whoosh. And then hands come down in between. And we're going to release. Okay, feet in front of our body and our knees nice and wide. And we're just going to give ourselves a little massage, a little bit of self-love, massaging the toes. We're trying to spread out the toes, massaging the arches of the feet. And then your ankles, and go up your legs, massage our calves, giving our body a bit of self-love. Maybe do a little chop, 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 ending the massage. Whatever feels good in your body. Then we're going to look over the tips of our toes. So we're looking into a lake, kind of like Simba in the Lion King. He's like looking over at his reflection in the water. So we're looking up and over. We're bringing our chest forward to our toes. There we are. Bring our chest forward. Just breathing here and smiling. And you may even want to bring your hands under and clasping your toes, and you might even want to drop your head in between your toes. But they might be a bit smelly. And we call this one the turtle. So it's like a tortoise shell. So it's up to you what you do today. If you go forward, and if you know how to do the reverse turtle, you can go ahead and do that, or you can stay in this position. Okay, we're going to carefully come out of it, so feeding your arms back and pressing away, dun, dun, dun. Walking our hands back up, using our hands to bring our knees. Okay, then we're going to bring one leg out in front of us and one leg into our leg. There we are. And we're going to turn our body to face our toes, wiggle our toes a bit, and bending our knees slightly, we're going to bring our hands up. And then we're going to exhale, and again we're going to try and bring our chest towards our leg. Again, the same way that we were doing butterfly, we're trying to bring our chest forward rather than just like collapsing into the pose. Yeah, we're bringing our chest forward and making sure we've got a nice little bend in the knee just to protect the kneecap. And if you're feeling any pinching here, that's where we need to just come back out. And if you can touch your toes, you might want to give them a little massage again. And then we're going to do the other side. So walking back up, bringing this leg back in, and we'll go to the other side. So one foot in, and then we're turning our body to face our toes. And bringing our hands wide, and exhaling, so we're going over a big exercise ball or beach ball or something, little bend in the knee, and then focusing on bringing our chest towards our leg. And then just breathing here. And if your hands are touching your calf, that's okay. Or maybe you can reach to your ankle. Or you might be able to reach to your toes and give your foot a massage. Just listening to where your body's at. And breathing, feeling the nice stretch at the back of your leg. Then walking our fingers back up. And bringing the leg back in to a cross. And then sitting up nice and tall. And again, bringing awareness back into our breath. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And one more time, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Then we're going to bring our hands wide, reaching up to the sun. And we're going to pull the sun's beautiful warm rays in through our body, all the way to our chest. Filling up our whole body with some healing, loving energy. I'm just going to open our fingers, our hands, into a little lotus flower. So our middle fingers will come out, but our pinky and our thumb are still going to touch together. And I'm going to just think about something that is totally awesome about yourself. Something maybe really kind that you've done this week, or I don't know, a piece of work that you did that you absolutely nailed, or just think about something cool and awesome about yourself that you love. Because when we love ourselves, then we love other people and we're kind to other people. Go on, closing that back up. And the last thing we're going to do is we're going to bow together and we say namaste, which means I see the best in you. Yeah, so it's always good to try and see good things. Everyone has good and bad, but if we try and all just see the good in everybody, it makes us a lot happier. So that's what namaste means. We're going to bow all together. Namaste.